My name is Jennifer Myers, and I want to thank you for joining us. The Healthy Living Revolution is a movement of people who are taking their health back. We're offering an educational series to address some very specific health and nutrition topics with top doctors, researchers, and scientists to bring clarity and simple solutions. We all know the importance of adding more plant foods to our diet, and we're committed to helping people eat more with our Juice Plus products and the Tower Garden. Juice Plus is a blend of 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries in capsules or chewables. We also have delicious 100% whole food, plant-based shakes and bars. Taking the Juice Plus trio with your shake every day is adding nutrition from 45 whole foods to your diet. Juice Plus products are gluten-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and backed by 35 medical studies over the last 20 years. This body of research proves that important markers for health are significantly improved inside your body. Along with adding Juice Plus to your diet, you may be feeling the need to make some other healthy changes. The Shred 10 could be exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking to shred some unhealthy habits and establish some new ones, we can help you. We have a rich community that offers resources, support, structure, and encouragement so that you can focus on making specific changes for 10 days. For more information, please visit www.shred10 or speak with the person who invited you to watch this webinar. Tonight, it's my privilege to be able to introduce to you Dr. Richard DuBois, and he's going to share some very important information with us about gluten. Dr. DuBois is a board-certified physician of infectious diseases who is retired from a very active practice in Atlanta, Georgia, where he had been since 1968. His career is highlighted by many awards, honors, and proclamations of prestige from his colleagues. He is the past president of the Georgia Society of Internal Medicine and of the Infectious Diseases Society of Georgia. He is the past president of the Medical Association of Atlanta. He was the medical director of the first maximum containment treatment facility for the Centers for Disease Control. He's held national medical offices and published many manuscripts in peer-reviewed medical journals. Dr. DuBois has been selected by his peers as one of the best doctors in America every year since 1994. In surveys by Atlanta Magazine, the doctors of Atlanta chose Dr. DuBois as the doctor they would choose for their own care if they themselves were sick with an infectious disease, including HIV. He's been awarded the Award of Excellence in Teaching at Atlanta Medical Center, where he was chosen as the most valuable physician, and re-elected for 8 years as Chief of Internal Medicine. He was a medical staff member there for 36 years. Dr. DuBois' retirement from active medical practice has allowed him to accept the position of medical advisor for research at the Juice Plus company. So I just want to thank you for joining us, Dr. DuBois, and we're really, really just excited to hear what you have to share with us on this very important topic.
Thank you, Jennifer. When we talk about gluten-containing grains, the big three are wheat, barley, and rye. There are others, but they're less popular. But you have to be careful because wheat is every place. You have to be a label reader. It's often present in cornmeal and in oatmeal. It's even present in instant rice and in some soy sauces. So you have to be a label reader when it comes to avoiding gluten. Archaeologists tell us that the first grain consumed by man was einkorn. It contained 14 chromosomes. It met up with goat grass, which also had 14 chromosomes, and the result was emmer. Emmer was the unleavened bread of the Old Testament. But modern wheat has another 14 chromosomes, or 42 chromosomes. Now, we have not yet genetically modified wheat, but all of this is done by hybridization, another word for cross-pollination, to develop different strains of wheat. The last 14 chromosomes have been hybridized many, many times. You will recall we used to sing about amber waves of grain. The grains were about 4 feet tall, 3.5, 4 feet tall. And during the 20th century, planet Earth became dependent on cereal grains, especially on wheat. In order to get more yield per acre, it was heavily fertilized. Well, this resulted in large kernels, which would collapse the stalks of the wheat. Farmers called that lodging, and it was causing starvation around the world. Along came a Scandinavian from Minnesota who developed dwarf wheat and won as many prizes as Nelson Mandela and Sister Teresa, Mother Teresa, because he's given credit for saving 1 billion lives from starvation by the development of dwarf wheat, small, sturdy stalks that could support the heavily fertilized grains. But that's resulted in some changes. The protein of wheat has changed considerably. Wheat has been known as a cause, gluten. The protein of wheat is called gluten. And gluten has been known as the cause of celiac disease, which formerly has been known as a pediatric disorder. During World War II, Holland was faced with starvation, but all of the children with celiac disease got better because they couldn't eat bread. So further investigation revealed it was the protein, the gluten content of the bread, which was causing the disorder. But we now have 5 times as many celiacs in the United States as we've ever had, and it's associated with other disorders of the brain, the intestine, and the skin. In addition to that, there's an entity known as non-celiac gluten sensitivity, which is becoming quite popular, often confused with irritable bowel syndrome, but people are becoming more and more aware of it. Now, in addition to the protein change, there's been a change in the carbohydrate. The carbohydrate content of modern-day wheat is very high glycemic. Your blood sugar will actually rise higher from 2 slices of whole wheat bread than from 2 tablespoons of sugar out of the sugar bowl on your table. Because of the protein, there are many, many people who cannot eat wheat. And because of the carbohydrate, there are many, many people who will not eat wheat. But going back to ancient times, there are ancient grains that have been supporting civilizations for centuries, mostly in South America. Amaranth, millet, and quinoa are good examples of that. Now, they're classified as grains, but technically they're seeds, as many as 60,000 on a single blossom. Like soy, they contain all of the essential amino acids from which you can make over 30,000 different proteins that constitute the human body. And unlike wheat, they are very low glycemic. The carbohydrate is complex. And they contain both soluble and insoluble fiber. Now, that's an important consideration because we need to have that mixture of fiber when we're consuming fiber. And most Americans don't get the recommended daily amount of fiber, which is 25 grams for women and approximately 38 grams a day for men. Now, the reason this is important is because you have 10 trillion human cells in your body. But in your body, you also have 100 trillion bacteria. Collectively, these bacteria are known as the human microbiome. And they interact with everything in your physiology. They interact with your immune system, with your circulation, even interact with your brain, making neurotransmitters. So these are critical and very important for the human body. Now, you and I can digest soluble fiber, but we cannot digest insoluble fiber. But our bacteria, our microbiome can. In fact, they thrive on the microbiome. And what you want to do is feed the microbiome this insoluble fiber, which is known as prebiotic, to make your intestinal tract healthy. Because there are normal microbiomes, sometimes different in different areas of the world, but there are a host of abnormal microbiomes, and each of these abnormal microbiomes has been associated with a different disease. This is all new in the last 5 or 6 years, but they are finding more and more abnormal microbiomes being associated with various diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, overweight status, and on and on and on. So what you want to do is feed your good bacteria with insoluble fiber. It is a modifiable factor for health and for the risk of disease. And Juice Plus Complete, of course, has this wonderful fiber, both soluble and insoluble fiber, which is, if you get one complete shake a day and you get one Juice Plus nutrition bar a day, you're getting 13 grams of the finest fiber you can put into your body, low glycemic and containing soluble and insoluble fiber. If you want to read more, here's two books, Wheat Belly and Grain Brain by Drs. Davis and Perlmutter, who are both physicians and who both have celiac disease and know firsthand what gluten can be doing and what it has done for their patients, and they write about it very well in these two books. Let me tell you my own gluten story. For 70 years, I was able to consume wheat, barley, and rye without any reservations or problems whatsoever. But at age 70, I developed celiac disease, both intestinal and cutaneous, involving the skin. And a gluten-free diet has left me good and free of all of those symptoms, and I'm very happy to be in good shape now regarding gluten and regarding my fiber intake. So I hope this is helpful. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Dr. DuBois. That was really interesting. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. And I just want to encourage you to please get back with the person who invited you onto this webinar. Thank you. Have a great evening.